They say, oh, you refinance, you get a lower mortgage. Just say your mortgage is $500, and once you refinance, you can get it down to $400 if the rates go down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then, but you got to start it all over again from the beginning.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Now it looks like why. There's a lot of reasons why, but how would you go about acquiring a house? You kind of went on that, right? How would you go about?
Going back to acquiring a house, what I would do is first of all, I would go and buy a property like I'm about to do now. I would go and buy a property and rent it out.
A property is different than a house.
What? Yes. I was going to buy a property.
What is considered a property? Like that? That's
a property could be a house though. You can buy a house, or you can buy a duplex, or a triplex, or a quad, or whatever. Okay. I'll go buy a property. Yeah. Well, yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean a home, like you know what I mean, or a building. Yeah, apartment, a building, or something. I'll go buy a property to have a cash flow asset. And then I would rent it out.
Say that again. A cash flow asset.
Cash flowing asset.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would go give me a cash flowing asset, and then I would keep that asset for 2 years, 1 to 2 years, and then I would take the equity out the asset. So it might have built up 25,000, 30,000. Then I go buy me a house.
That's where you confuse me at.
He said asking where the equity is coming from.
Oh, the equity comes from what you pay in. Okay, your mortgage. Your equity comes from as you pay on your house, you build equity in it. So every time you pay on your house, you building money into the house, into the property. It's becoming more of your property. More of it is becoming actually yours. You know what I mean? It's like putting money into.
Okay, so let me ask you this thing before you move on. When I pay my mortgage, they open a different account that say equity.
No, your property is just how much the value of your house. It's the value of your house continues to. You continue to build into the value of your house. So if your house costs $100, right? You're gonna keep the numbers. The house costs $100, and you pay $5 into your house, right? Okay, you pay them a portion of what you owe them, and then a portion of it goes into your house.
Oh, okay.
So just imagine when you pay your house off and you own it. Guess what? Your house is still worth something. So you can sell your house for what you know what I mean. It's still worth.
That makes sense.
So that's equity in the house. You know what I mean? And you can pull that equity out the house. Guess what? But you're gonna have to go backwards again. Now you pulled out $25,000. Guess what? You $25,000 more you're gonna have to pay as you go on.
But this is the direction you gotta say.
No, I was just go ahead. I don't hear you.
So when you pull the $25,000 out, you said you have 1 to 2 years. You pull the $25,000 out. Who is giving you $25,000? The house.
The bank.
The bank.
Yeah. For your house.
You go to the bank with some paper saying, "This is my house. This is how much I have grossed over the years. I need this
$25,000."